Do I feel bad for Scott? Yes. Do I think that he needs to get some tough skin? Yes. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So Scott took to his Instagram and went live and confirmed that he is going to file for bankruptcy, Chapter 7 to be exact. He said at this time his finances aren't looking too good and he's going to have to file. Did mention giving Liz money. He said the reason why he gave her money was because she had to have surgery. Now, he didn't confirm what the surgery was, obviously for privacy issues. However, he did admit that he did give her money. Now, I'm not as sure exactly if this is the reason why he was in debt. He didn't fully exonerate Liz and say, like, that's not the reason why he's in debt. Scott is having a hard time handling the trolls. Like, anybody who says anything about the way he looks, his finances, why he was living in his car, he really gets upset about that. Rightfully so, but it seems like signing up for reality TV, you should expect backlash, and especially if they're coming for you about your storyline on the show. You were madly in love with your Colombian queen, but yet you decide to go on the show and mess with Lydia, who obviously was actually looking for love. Can I be honest? I don't feel like Scott actually loved Lydia or even liked her. I mean, did you see the way he kissed Liz all in her mouth? Like, and now, personally, do I like Nicole? No, she annoys me. However, she has a right to defend her mom, and you were playing games because you were in love with a whole nother woman, and she was right. You basically bought a woman. Now, some people might call that, but we ain't gonna judge you. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and get into the live.
Okay, I want to do a follow-up video on a few things. Let me see. One, my health. Doing better. I still have short-term memory loss. My stroke was July 29th of last year, and short-term memory loss. And people give me a hard time like, oh, you can work out and do all these things. Well, you know, that doesn't, like, you know, I lost all mobility on this side. I had, still this day, my S's I have a hard time with. My short-term memory is not that great. What else do I want to talk about? My financial status. I appreciate a lot of people attacked me. Some people tried to start a GoFundMe. I shot that down. I did do a Vimo and a Cash App. And I was stranded in New York, and I just maxed out my cards, and I was in a really bad spot, and for that reason, I'm probably going to be declaring a bankruptcy at Chapter 7, and going to have to reevaluate my life. The money that I gave Liz, that was almost 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, and it wasn't like I wrote a check. She had to have surgery. I can't speak for her, but she had a lot of things going on medical-wise, and I wanted to be there for her and help her out. And I'm not going to give any justification or breakdown of how the money went, but I've always been a smart guy. Television, you know, I just watched the last episode. I'm like, whatever, you know. I can't speak either way because I'm under contract, but you have to understand there's timelines to things, and not everything is consistent to the exact timeline. When you see me on 6 minutes of a 1 hour episode, everything is condensed. So it's not a true representation of what's going on. But back to my finances. I was stranded, and I maxed out my cards, and I just had a mental, basically like a nervous breakdown. I was really having a hard time with a lot of things going on in my life. My relationship status at that time, my life, you know, a lot of people depend on me. My family depends on me. In the last couple of years, I've helped out my family, my kids, my mom. My mom lives on her own. She's assigned Social Security. And, you know, I've never ever, some guy said to me, like, I was never fraudulent. I ended up getting a couple, like $400 or $500, and I ended up coming up with the rest of the money for my dog on my own. And that money went for gas and everything to get home, and that was it. And since then, I'm back in my house. This is my house. I actually own this house. But can I take out an equity line when I'm not working and I can't work as an RT? No. And I don't have that much equity into it. So But I'm a real person, and I'm very transparent. All these other people, they're not going to put their life out there like the way I am. Just like right now, I don't use a filter. I don't use those glow lights. I don't do anything like that. This is me. This is me. This is what you get. I don't put on this facade of making my Facebook. I try to be inspirational. I try to be positive, but I don't try to put filters and do all this crap. I don't wear makeup. I did wear makeup for when I was playing Dr. Carter. That was pretty cool. But, my life is my life. I just hate the fantasy world of Facebook and Instagram, and everything is perfect and our lives are freaking perfect. And it's not like that. Most of us have periods of unhappiness, and we go through some tough times. And I'm going through a tough time, and just coincidentally, it happens to be when the show is airing, and everyone's like, oh, he's writing checks to his girlfriend in Colombia, and he's going to declare bankruptcy. Listen, that's not the way things are. There's timelines to things, and we're tested every day. And if people did their homework, they'd realize not only I volunteered my time as a coach at Springstead High School, Google it, check it out. And you talk to any of my players that ever played for me, and all the money that I raised and the extra coaches I had on board, I brought them on volunteer, and I paid them out of my own pocket or money that I raised. And talk to any of my players for all the years I coached, and when you do the banquet, that's not money that we had. The stipend check I'd get, $2,700 a year as a varsity and JV coach, I gave it back to the program. That's always been the story of my life, about giving back to everybody. So don't heckle me or give me a hard time about the fact that I was in a bad place, and I needed money to get home, gas money, and a hotel to get home. And I ended up getting my dog from the breeder that was watching her, because I was planning on working respiratory, and I can't do it anymore. And I'm coming to terms with that. So I make the adjustments, and I'm trying to find other work. I'm doing some stuff part-time right now. The network does pay you, but Google it. It's not a lot of money, okay? It's a documentary, and you get compensated very little money for that. And my goal was never to do the show to try to get rich and famous. My goal was like, hey, just like I had a stroke, who knows? Opportunities present themselves, and something said, hey, do this, tell your story, and I don't have control over the editing part. It is what it is. But am I happy with the finished product? Yeah, I'm not complaining about it. And I'm certainly not complaining about my life, and I'm certainly not playing being a victim. Okay. I'm paying my bills, I'm keeping my head barely above water, and I'm going to make whatever adjustments I make, just like everybody else does. If I have to declare bankruptcy, that's what I got to do. That's my business. You know what? And I'm transparent. At least I'm broadcasting it to everybody here. This is my life. You can judge me, you can make fun of me, but guess what? Everybody has been in a bad spot, and I'm not playing victim. I'm not asking anybody for money now. And it's very humiliating when people can sit there and say, oh, you're living out of your car. Yeah, I was living out of my car for a couple of days. Do you want to keep bringing it up? Do you want to keep revisiting it? Do you want to keep making fun of me? I mean, the trollers, how many people they get satisfaction to go to somebody's Instagram page and make fun of the way they look? Like, oh, you don't have an upper lip. You look like a Whoville character. You look like the Grinch. You look like a cat. I'm like, all right, we've heard it. It was funny the first time. I mean, it's not getting to me. I don't understand why people feel so compelled to be so negative and to say mean things about people. Saying what else? All the crazy things I hear people say about me, and narcissist behavior or whatever. They don't even know me. And people base your character on a few minutes when you're getting scolded by a girl that could be your daughter and the mother. First of all, why is the daughter even there? Did I bring my kids to the show? Did I have them defending me? And, why am I being faulted for honesty? Could I went there and had sex with Lydia the whole time and had a great freaking time? Yeah, I could have did that. She was into me, guys. Did you see her not crying? You don't get to see all that on the TV show. You're like, oh, he didn't get laid, so he's jumping ship with somebody else. No, I was being honest and I was being transparent, okay? That's all I'm doing. I'm not mad right now. I'm living my life and I'm doing the best I can. And you know what? I'm never going to put on a facade to be something that I'm not. It's not, my life is not a fantasy. It's a real world. And the TV show, I try to be who I really am. I try to represent myself and be who who I am, maintain dignity, maintain honesty, and try to maintain my character. Because that's what I know what my father would want, and that's what I'm trying to do. So fault me for being honesty, fault me for putting my life out there right now like I am. And then, of course, people will have a field day and making fun of the way I kissed her, like, oh, well, here's the deal. I was crying. You only see a few minutes of it. I was in tears. The fact that she came back in my life, I was full of all this emotion, and I was bawling my eyes out. My nose is congested, and I'm not gonna justify it. I was freaking ripped apart, man. My heart. I love this girl. I freaking love this girl, and I would give my life to protect her. She's my Colombian queen, and I'm her Viking warrior, and I'll protect her to my last fucking breath. That's the type of person I am, and I would do it for my kids. I would do it for my mom. And I would do it for any one of my close friends. If you guys ever need me, I'm there for you. Now, the only thing I want to talk about too is don't add me on Instagram and say I'm being snark or I'm being, I can't take criticism. I can take criticism, but don't come on my Instagram or my Facebook and start saying negative things like, I hope you and her don't work out and this and that and the other, or you're too freaking old for her and all that. Why are you going to come on there and say that? Keep your opinions to yourself. Don't come on my Instagram bringing that crap, because one, I'll delete it, or two, I'll just block you. I don't need that negativity. I have enough dealing with my life. I had a stroke a year ago. I nearly died. And I'm dealing with finances. I'm dealing with a lot of things in my life. And I'm doing the best I can. I have an 83-year-old mother who's got mild dementia, and she's got a 40% lung capacity. And, you know, who knows how much longer I have my mom here? And I don't have my dad. I had a sister who died in a car accident. I mean, guys, what do you want? I mean, do you want blood? What satisfaction are you getting? You want to just keep picking on me? You know, have fun with it. You're not breaking me down anymore, but you can't fault me for being honest. And this is my story. So if you don't like it, change the channel. If you don't want to be on my Instagram and you don't like what I post, then don't follow me, guys. I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm not taking it personal. You don't take it personal. Anyway, leave it out there. I love Liz. She's everything to me. I don't give a crap the age difference. She's the best thing that ever came in my life. Other than my ex-wife, whose name was Liz, and gave me 3 beautiful kids. And I honestly can say I've been in love twice in my life. To Liz, my ex-wife, and the tattoo says Liz, and that's the date we started going out in high school. So I always made a joke about the fact that, you know, what if I ever made another, you know, what do you never get a girl's name on your arm? I'm like, well, I think I'm charming and persuasive enough to get a girl to change her name to Liz, or I'll just find a Liz, you know? But the weird thing is, some people say my ex-wife and Liz kind of look alike. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I can't speak for Liz. I'll let her speak for herself. And I'm not going to give any details about that. That's her thing. And I'm not the gatekeeper. So she can be more than happy to divulge as much information and say what she wants to say on her time and when she's ready. Everybody's not extroverted like me. Some people are very introverted. And believe it or not, some people actually like me, or some people actually find me attractive like she did. You know, and it wasn't for the money. It's because I'm a good person, I have a good heart, and I've always been there for her at the worst times. All right. Love you guys. All right. Bye.